Hey guys, I'm going to do a follow-up video for the display video that I posted yesterday or the day before, recently. So here's this. Here are the Bandai Build-A-Figure Megazords on the larger shelf. I think that looks really good, and you can rearrange them however you want. Okay, now I've moved them to the smaller shelf. Also looks good over here. Okay, now here's the bigger shelf again, and now I've put some Megazords on it, like the DX Megazords. These were totally grabbed at random, and you could rearrange them. You could put morphers, somebody mentioned Qtamas. You could put coins, bikes, discs. Again, I just grabbed a random bunch of things. There's no order to any of this, just an example. For my personal displays, I generally keep everything sorted by season, but I mean, this looks really good too. Alright, I took the Megazords off and now replaced them on the big shelf with Lightning Collection figures. You can fit 6 Rangers pretty easily on the big shelf. And of course, you can give them nicer poses than I did. I'm just putting them here to show you how many fit. But, you can decorate the shelf a little bit more. You can put the coins in front of the Mighty Morphin using those other acrylic stands. I love my acrylic. It looks good though, right? And there, everything's perfect. Oh no! Oh no! Everything fell down! If only that could have been prevented. Wait a minute. Ooh, acrylic stands! The round stand on the left is linked in the video description, but you can get it at Target in the NECA section as well. There are a few random Lightning Collection figures where the peg just doesn't want to fit right, but most of them do work. And they do work. Eh? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, he's not going anywhere. Thumbs up. And then we all know the figure art stands. This stand and stands like it are good for keeping your figures from falling over, but you can also use it like if you wanted your figure to be jumping or in like some cool action pose that it wouldn't balance normally. So here, if you want, like let's say your Pink Ranger is doing a jump attack or something, you could have that. It doesn't have to be Pink Ranger, it could be any Ranger you want. We had a professor at my college who used to say massage and finesse. You have to massage and finesse. That's kind of what you have to do with posing the figures, make them look nice. You gotta massage and finesse. There, doesn't that look good? And again, that's not really what I've done here. These are just standing here to give you an example, but you can have them all in much nicer poses, and you can use these stands to help that along. We're gonna come down here. So I did put one of those shelves in here. Isn't that way better? Nothing in here is done either. But I just had all these on a single level and you couldn't really see anything. I have to get some better lights in here someday. But anyway, we just got Mia's snow globes from Oregon, so we stuck those down here. There's more Disney stuff over here. Then some NECA turtles over here. It's a little all over the place. Doc really didn't want to stand up, so this is one of those doll stands that I got at Joann Fabric. I think they have them on Amazon as well. And now Marty can be on his hoverboard. Whenever I do display videos, people always like to tell me that I could have used this or that. There's tons of options, but I think this looks infinitely better than a spice rack from Target. Yes, I am aware of those, but I mean, it's almost, you can't even really see it. Like this feels like something you would see like at a toy fair, if you ever went to like a fancy toy store back in the day when we had toy stores. If they did like any kind of displays, it would be something like acrylic or something that looks more commercial than cardboard boxes or pieces of styrofoam. I'm going for something that's a little bit nicer looking. So that's, and they're also, like some people have suggested things that cost more and don't look as nice. So I'm not being sponsored by whoever makes these these shelves. I just like them. I have to put that out there. I've shown a lot of different things on the channel. This is just the latest thing I'm showing. There are a lot of really great options if you want your things to look nicer. And that, like, you can see things better. And you probably could hide some things in the back there. Again, not done, but it looks nice. And here are different stands from a different place that I used over here. And actually the Ghostbusters use something similar. These actually came with the figures. I wish I knew where the person I bought these from got them from, because those are good, but I haven't seen those, the black stands. But essentially the same thing. And then also I use these stands as well. They come in different sizes. You could put a Megazord on one of these, but not this size obviously. They come much bigger. I have some upstairs. But even though I keep saying not done, I mean, it looks infinitely better than it would if everything was just, I'm gonna try not to keep saying levels, because I'm gonna get a lot of Kramer and Jonas, I didn't even know that was a song, references. But anyway, Levels! Also not done. I've got my Dino Riders up here, because that's what should go in a dining room. Dino Riders. And again, I used some of those doll stands for the birds. This is not a done anything, though. I'm gonna eventually build scenery. That's not very high on my to-do list, but eventually. You guys remember that Dino Riders commercial me and I did? We reenacted an old Tycho Dino Riders commercial. That was pretty fun.
Harness the power! Dino Riders! The evil Rulons of the Tyrannosaurus Rex attack!
I'll crush you, Gunner!
Catch me first, Krulos!
The Dino Riders on their Pterosaurus trick the evil Rulons into following them.
Hiding, Gunner!
Over here, Frog Rex!
Hidden rockets shoot the brain box off!
He's free! He's free!
Pterosaurus and Tyrannosaurus Rex, with figures, battle gear, and motorized walking action, each sold separately. Dino Riders!
Mia actually did this cartoon animation in one day. It's not in between, but that's pretty good for a quick thing for the vlog channel. Dino Riders remains one of the coolest toy lines of all time. Who else agrees?
And it's also kind of funny how many times you'll see Saban's name come up in old 80s cartoon shows.
Alright, we're gonna go another level downstairs.
I really haven't made a whole lot of progress down here since the last time I came down here. I started working on Overdrive a little bit. You can kind of see. So down here, I'm not using acrylic shelves. I build all this stuff out of foam and then plaster, and I make it look like rock. But again, levels, so you can see all the different things. This background is hideous, just ignore that. It's there for now. Someday, maybe I'll try to have like some photos printed, like a panoramic of a sky or something, maybe with mountains. Make this prettier, but this is what I have for now. This is actually using just posters. This is using, I think I got these at Michael's. Levels, Jerry, levels. And you can see I also started in space a little bit over here. Not done. Everything is just kind of a mess at the moment, but you know, and this scenery is not, I'm still working on it. Still not done. Nothing's done down here. But, you know, you can see I've got all the Super Megaforce stuff down here, and they're fighting the X-Borgs, and then I've got all the Reds on one shelf, and then I've got the 6th Rangers up here. Obviously, this is a large space, but if you could only have one bookshelf in your house, like this is a small amount of space, and there's a lot going on here. I wish this looked a little more finished, but, you know. And I don't have lights in here yet. So stay tuned, I'm still working on it. I had come down here to get Figuarts. I don't think, it's fine. Alright, you guys get the idea. I wanted to set up some Figuarts on those shelves, but it's messy enough down here as is without making a bigger mess. Oh, Troy, a ranger never falls down. That's not really a thing, at least he didn't let go of his weapon. Come over here for a sec, and, you know, here, I don't really use the displays so much, although here you can see that he is, for now, on an acrylic display. So they do work for Megazords. I like to do scenery for my figures and Zords in most cases. There are some cases where I do like to have them on those displays, but this will all be finished scenery eventually. But, you know, for now, they're just standing on boxes, some of them. And it works. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy if that's not the look you're going for. I'm not just trying to sell you acrylic displays here. Stay. Okay, so like here, I probably will keep this one no matter what scenery I do because he's flying, and that's clear, right? So that works. Over here, you can see that's a much bigger acrylic riser, so that does fit a Megazord. And Gosei is actually sitting in a razor stand that I got from the Sharper Image when they're going out of business and they're selling their displays. So that's where that came from.
And also, speaking of not having a lot of space, but wanting a display, I really wanted a train set, because I love my trains, and when Mia and I moved in together in California, we lived in a very small apartment. But I still wanted a train set somewhere, so I put it on the wall. Coincidentally, a lot of Power Rangers filmed in front of our apartment. The Quantum Ranger got his battleizer right in front of where we lived. That's also where Wes's dad saw him picking up trash. I also had one IKEA shelf in my room, which had my whatever the latest season of Power Rangers was. So I couldn't do much, but it was something. Small space, but still cool. And I actually ended up building scenery. I don't have it in this video. This was an early video. I remember building everything in the bathroom because that was the only workspace I had. And I used cardboard that I found in a Costco dumpster. And it was very lightweight. I didn't use plaster. It was all just foam and cardboard, and it looked great. Oh, but I do want to work in, if you're going with the bigger shelf and it's for a Billy bookcase, it fits, but barely fits. So if that is an issue for you, go with the smaller one. Or, I mean, you might be able to work with this a little bit more. And obviously I've got my legacy stuff here. The shelves are adjustable, so that's not an issue. But as far as this, I mean, there are other legs here, so it's not gonna fall off the shelf, but, you know. The point of this is to be pretty, and it's a little ugly, but at least you know. So, smaller shelf doesn't do that. The bigger shelf, like if you didn't have the back on here, you know, might be okay. This is great for a slightly bigger space. Or, if you don't care, then it's fine. Just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. And look what just came. Stay tuned. Alright, I'm going to wrap up here. If you stayed to the end, I very much appreciate that. Thank you. I'll be back with more videos. Thank you guys for watching. Good night.